I wish they'd just wipe out humanity and get it over with. It's the waiting I can't stand.
That's stupid.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Grim Dawn. Crate Entertainment, the studio behind Grim Dawn, has given us another update on their third DLC for Grim Dawn. Of course I am talking about Fangs of Asterkarn, and a lot of people, me included, have been waiting for this DLC. We initially heard late 2024, then they updated it to 2025, and well, now that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Fangs of Asterkarn development update June 2025. We are now nearing the middle of 2025, and many of you are no doubt eager for an update on where in development Grim Dawn's third expansion is and when you can expect to play it. And ultimately, they just don't want it there to be dead air, so they're going to kind of give us some behind the scenes today. So we're going to do some reading here, buckle up and enjoy. Before we get into the update, we want to clear some air first. As of no doubt, some understandable frustrations have been getting aired as of late. It is in fact that we announced Fangs of Asterkarn very early in development. This was unlike our past reveals where the expansion was already deep into production and ready to enter alpha or even beta. There was definitely detractors in the community that will say we made the announcement too soon, but we stand by our decision. Up until the announcement, Grim Dawn was firmly in maintenance mode, and up until then, we admittedly denied that we wanted to make a third expansion. Nobody had any reason to think any major update was coming to Grim Dawn outside of a sequel announcement some years into the future, which we are still waiting for a Grim Dawn 2 announcement, by the way. So ultimately what they are saying so far is they made the announcement for the third DLC for Grim Dawn very, very early into its development. For the most part, Grim Dawn has just been on autopilot. Basically, the only updates you get are player-driven seasons and modded seasons. So that's what we've been getting for Grim Dawn, which, by the way, those seasons are a lot of fun. So rather than let the community slowly go into hibernation, we fired up the engines of industry and resumed major updates for the game alongside a big expansion reveal. This was not a decision made lightly. We were moving people around, hiring new faces, diverting our resources to make these updates and new expansion happen. We wanted you to know that you should be expecting major things in Grim Dawn, and that's still our opinion. The media is not exactly jumping for the opportunity to cover crate announcements. So blah, blah, blah. Basically, we wanted to give you the update early so you could follow along. Now, for starters, let us take a look at the chart for Forgotten Gods as a frame of reference. And they put this right here, basically Grim Dawn, Ashes, and Forgotten Gods, and all the different stats that we got on here. By the way, I will link this in the description. And they want to compare this to the new expansion, the new DLC we're going to be getting for Grim Dawn Fangs of Asterkarn. By the way, this is not a sponsored video. So right off the bat, they say that Ashes, it's basically 10% bigger than Ashes. And Ashes was a huge update just as far as like square footage, area, how much there is to explore. So the area that you're going to have inside of the game is going to be bigger than any other DLC they've ever done. You were also going to be getting 47 main/side quests, 54 new bosses, 8 new nemesis encounters, and they're talking about new tech and different ways you're going to be engaging with these new bosses. So huge area, 47 quests, 54 new bosses, 8 new nemesis encounters, including 380 new uniques, 120 monster infrequents, what else? 33 unique territory affixes, and all this is not even including the 2 roguelike dungeons we have planned post-release, which will expand the world and add another 2 rounds of new bosses and unique loot drops. So all in all, what they are trying to say is like, hey, this is not a small little DLC. This isn't a, okay, the game's in hibernation mode. Like, just let it do its thing until we get out Grim Dawn 2. Like, this is a full-blown, massive DLC for Grim Dawn. And I would venture to guess that it is the last DLC we're ever going to get for this game. Okay. Let's continue. Yeah, biggest update they've done. When? Here we go. When we said we were aiming for a 2024, we were admittedly a little too ambitious. This is the first time in company's history where we're concurrently developing 4 different projects. And let me just be clear, a lot of people are like, wait, Crate Entertainment is making 4 different games. Is one of those games Grim Dawn 2? No, it is not Grim Dawn 2. As it turns out, time is finite, and key developers cannot, in fact, be everywhere at once. So we've been much more cautious about giving you exact time frames since then, which brings us to our current 2025 estimate. Here we go. Are you ready? So as of now, a late fall/winter 2025 release is within the realm of possibility. Okay, do you see the way that is written? Is within the realm of possibility. I mean, come on. That does not sound like it's possible. But as the team is very much in the "but what if we did this" exploration mode, which predictably blows up the schedules, we are reluctant to make a firm promise. So I would not be surprised if we slip to spring 2026 or even early summer if we need more time to polish. Now, I probably should have said right at the beginning of this video, I don't blame Crate. I'm not mad at Crate. I actually love the way that they communicate this. It's not like corporate talk or anything where they're no, I actually really, really like this post. And I don't care if I have to wait till 2027, truth be told. I want it to be polished. I want it to be finished. I want it to be awesome and balanced and fun. Like, continue to work on it, make it as good as possible, and then release it when it is ready. As I said, this is a huge expansion, and creating that much content takes time. We want to make sure we deliver the same attention to detail and creativity that has driven us for the past 2 expansions. The team is trying new things and pushing the limits of the engine. Without a publisher to set firm milestones, we have means to take our time and get it right. I hope the wait will be worth it, but we understand if some of you might need to step away and come back when you get a firm release date. We will still be here busy making new content for you when you get back. So ultimately, what did we learn from this post? All right. We learned that, yes, Crate Entertainment announced the new expansion and marketed this new expansion in a very different way than the previously 2 DLCs. And in doing so, in giving years, late 2024, mid 2025, yeah, there's expectations from the community based upon what we know in the past and based upon what they said, that I was under the impression that we were going to be playing this very, very soon. So we found out that very likely we're going to be getting this new expansion or this new DLC in 2026. But when we get it, it'll be the biggest piece of content pushing the engine, giving us these new encounters with bosses, giving us these new tools that it's going to maybe bring Grim Dawn kind of back into the spotlight. I got a feeling this is going to bring a lot of the content creators to try it out, just for the fact of everybody's heard about Grim Dawn, but I don't know how many people have actually played it. So that's what we learned. It looks like we're going to be waiting another year for this title, but let's hope that it's worth it. Please like, share, and subscribe if you think I have earned it. We are 600 subscribers away from 100,000, so please consider hitting that subscribe button. Check out my new website, actionrpg.com. Kind of in its alpha phase right now. We have a new event calendar. We have a new news section. Last Epoch D4 PoE 2's coming online, and I'm hoping in the future on my new website we could have a Grim Dawn 2. That would be absolutely awesome. The website link is the first in the description. Again, actionrpg.com. I'm done. Hopefully you're entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.